The Girl Who Refused to Break. Part 2, A Child Without a Place. The day after the burial, Ebony stopped being a child. Not because she wanted to, but because grief does not wait for age. Her parents were buried before noon. By evening, relatives had already begun arguing over what little they left behind: old furniture, kitchen utensils, even her mother's wrapper. No one asked Ebony how she felt. No one asked where she would sleep. She sat quietly on a wooden bench, her feet dangling, her eyes empty. That night, she followed her Uncle Connor home. At first, Connor acted kind. He bought her slippers. He spoke softly in front of neighbors. He reminded everyone that blood is blood. But kindness that is forced does not last. Once the land money was gone, Ebony became a reminder of guilt, an unwanted shadow walking around his house. Connor's wife, Busy, made sure Ebony understood her position. Often, she muttered often. Child without roots. Ebony woke up before dawn to sweep the compound, wash plates, fetch water, and cook before she was allowed to prepare for school. Some days, she went to school late. Some days, she didn't go at all. When she asked for school fees, Busy snapped, "Is education food? Did your parents leave money?" Connor stayed silent. Silence became his way of abuse. After 2 years, Connor announced Ebony would be sent away. "She is becoming too grown," Busy complained. "She eats too much. She asks too many questions." Ebony was handed a small bag and sent to her late mother's cousin in Ibadan. She didn't cry. She had learned that tears change nothing. Auntie Remy was loud, religious, and cruel in polite ways. She believed suffering built character. Ebony slept on the floor beside the kitchen. She was the first to wake and the last to sleep. She ate leftovers if there were any. Auntie Remy's children went to private school. Ebony attended a public school only when she could afford the uniform. When neighbors praised Ebony's intelligence, Auntie Remy frowned. "Too intelligent for an orphan," she said. "Pride will finish her." When money went missing, Ebony was accused. When plates broke, she was punished. When she fell sick, she was ignored. Once, with fever burning through her body, she begged for help. Auntie Remy replied coldly, "Your parents died, you did not. Endure. Not all wounds bleed. Sometimes they whisper." Ebony learned how words could wound deeper than sticks. How being invisible hurts more than being beaten. She learned to speak softly. To walk quietly. To exist without being noticed. At night, she clutched her parents' memory like a shield. She remembered her mother's prayers and her father's stories. They became her comfort. School was the only place Ebony felt human. Teachers noticed her brilliance. She topped her class despite missing lessons. Books became her safe place. Knowledge became her rebellion. She borrowed textbooks. She studied under streetlights. She memorized lessons while hawking after school. But hardship followed her everywhere. When she passed her junior exams with distinction, Auntie Remy laughed. "Who will sponsor your education? Certificates do not cook soup." At 16, Ebony's life collapsed again. A man came to the house one evening, wealthy, married, and old enough to be her father. Auntie Remy smiled too much. "She will help you in your shop," she said. Ebony understood immediately. She ran. That night, she packed her few clothes and left the house barefoot, with nothing but fear and courage. This was where Ebony learned. Strength is silent. Survival is resistance. Kindness is not guaranteed. But she also learned something powerful. The world can bruise your body, but only you can surrender your soul.